Hey gardeners, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm really glad you're here. Well, I am putting together some containers for winter Christmas decoration type thing, and this is actually part 2 of a video I did, which I will link in the description below, of where I forage for all the items that you see here. Most of the items, a few of them I bought, but I have several projects I want to do. May not get them all done today, but let's get started. This is just a plastic container. It has drainage holes in the bottom, and I had some fall things in here. So I covered it with, I had a piece of burlap, and I covered it with the burlap, and then I tied some rope around it just for decoration. And I can tie some red ribbon around it if I want, actually for Christmas. But I have put soil in here, and I will be sticking the greenery down in here. So let's start with the white pine. When you watch the foraging video, you'll see where we cut all these white pine. We have them here on the farm. And I will just tuck the, make the burlap tighter. I didn't hot glue it or anything. I just wrapped that burlap around there. This is Virginia pine, or bull pine we call it. It's a scrub pine here that grows native in our state like the white pine. All right, let's add some cedar. And if you watch the foraging video, linking in the description, which I hope you do, that was really fun because I took you different places on the farm and we checked on the cows, and one of the calves came right up to the gator. I love cedar. One year my parents and I, we had a little horse farm. When I was on and off throughout my life, we had horse farms. And my dad, we had cedar on the farm. And my dad said, we are going to have a cedar tree for our Christmas tree this year. And so we went out in the woods on our farm, and or the field, whatever, cut the cedar tree. And it was really great, except, of course you had to wear gloves while you were putting on the ornaments because cedar is sticky. Okay, that is looking so pretty. The front a little bit. You can see how, I could stop right there. Wowzer, I'm really liking that. Some red twig dogwood that I might, I had to buy these. Mine aren't, I could cut a few off of my bush. Not quite ready to cut yet. So I bought a bundle. This was like, I think it was $5 for that when I went on a little vacation. And I bought these eucalyptus pods when I was on a little vacation. Aren't they the coolest things? Have you ever taken eucalyptus mints or whatever? That's what they smell like. Yeah, look at that. I think I'll use some of these in the house too. You know what, I think before I go any farther, I think I'm going to spray with Wilt Stop. This is Wilt Stop, and you want to keep this in your house, or you don't want it to get below a certain temperature, because it is resin. It's just resin, and it helps to protect the your greenery. This is left over from last year, and it lasts a long time. Now let's put some of the magnolia leaves, and these were very affordable when I bought these at a garden center as well. So maybe you have a magnolia. This is a Bracken's Brown Beauty magnolia, and I'm going to take off the bottom. Hello. I'm going to take off the bottom leaves, and I'm going to use those in a wreath or something, because I don't want to waste those. Gosh. Okay. Oh, that looks so good. So I have a boxwood cutting here, and you can see it's gotten its kind of fallish color, you know, tint to it. But it'll give a nice little, and I think I better go get my wilt stop and spray this. And that'll dry. It has a little bit of a white residue on it at first, then it dries. Oh, that's looking good. We'll put some of this red twig dogwood in. Need another stalk of greenery or two right in the middle, so let's do that. This is cedar. Looks so good. Ah! It sounded like it was bragging, sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to sound braggy. In the foraging video, you will see where I found a native winterberry holly. Mine, again, are not ready to cut on. So this is on the farm. So you gotta watch that video to see where I found this. But, oh, I love winterberry holly. Love it so much. And a lot of times you can buy it at garden centers and stuff. But better yet, grow it in your yard. Proven Winners has some great ones. I have three from Proven Winners. Little Goblin, Berry Poppins, and in the male, Mr. Poppins that you have to pollinate. Then I have another one, and I have some little holly bushes, just regular, the other kind of holly with the prickly leaves. Oh, I'm loving it. All right, so I have these pine cones that I gathered from trees here on the farm, and also at a friend's house, another friend's house as well. And I just glued them to some skewers. You know, you could wire the pine cones to, you don't have to use skewers, you can just use sticks from your, you know, trees or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna clean up a little bit, or I'm just going to turn it around so you can see it, because I am loving it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Actually, I think I'm going to move the camera. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? I am so happy with how it turned out. I'm loving it. You can see the pine cones and the eucalyptus pods. Oh, love it. All right, so this one is going in my garden. There's a little porch that we built. This is going to sit on the table or somewhere there on the little porch. This is a resin basket, and I bought it from Linda Votter on QVC, and you can order the different sizes, and it's great. It's waterproof, but you don't want to put soil in it. So I just, look at what I used. Proven Winners pot that I recycled, and I cut the rim off so it wouldn't be so tall. And then I just put some potting soil. Actually, this potting soil was just like recycled, used old potting soil that doesn't have any nutrients left in it, but it doesn't need any. And you don't want to put potting soil directly in this resin basket. And you can use little scraps. You know, you see I cut a longer sprig off of this one, so you know you won't be able to see that when you have it in your container. So use everything you've got. I have done this when my containers were frozen. That's no fun. The soil was frozen, and you can, I think I did one time, poured boiling water in them to try to be able to get my greenery down in them. I think I'm disturbing the little birdies. They're fussing. This is a little dead limb off of one of the dogwood trees. So I think I'll stick that down in there. These are branches off of something. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is. So you can see you can use, you know, any kind of branches to fill in just to give it some nice interest. Remember, you're wanting it to look like wintry. A combination of a type of a holly, which is more green, doesn't get the fall color like the boxwood does. So I have some of that, some of both. I'm just going to stick some here and there. Now to add some few little fun things. So you just want to layer, layer your containers with your different elements. And I'm just going to stick the pine cones down in there. Winterberry holly. There may be a way to preserve that, but the berries will shrivel up if you bring them in the house. So they don't really last. But if you had some and you were having a dinner party or Christmas dinner or whatever, you wanted them for that day as a decoration, you can always do that. And there's this one for the garden porch, all done and ready to go. I'm loving it. Now I wanted to do a couple more little containers, and I've got this basket here with my pumpkins. The last of my pumpkins, I did little Gooligan and Jack Be Little, something like that. I grew this year, and these are the last of them, and I've been like so enjoying them. I think I ended up with probably a couple hundred little mini pumpkins, but it's time to transition to Christmas and winter. So anyway, little stink bug, some chicken wire, some balled up chicken wire as kind of a frog to hold, because I don't want to put any, I could put a pot, like I could put a little clay pot down in here, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to try the chicken wire and see. Get a handful of gravel and put it in the bottom of this to weight it down, because I'm afraid the wind's going to blow it away. So hang on, a little bit of weight. And where did my chicken wire go? I lost it. Where'd it go? Nope, there it is. It was hiding. Duh. Okay. Magnolia. Stick some of these skinny pine cones in here. Okay. That's okay. Let's do a little bit of this. You like that one? Let's clean this up, and then I will take you and just show you where I'm going to put these real quick. And here are the containers in their designated places. This is the larger one, and because this has soil in it, I'm just watering it, and as you saw, I did spray it with Wilt Stop. I sprayed all the greenery, so that helps. But I wanted to show you these really cool pine cones that my niece and nephew sent me from their trees. They live in Florida, and aren't they gorgeous? They are so nice. And then the small one we made, I just sat on the floor of the porch because it's kind of lightweight. It doesn't have any soil in it, just has the gravel in it, and I didn't want it to blow off of one of the tables or anything. So that looks really cute. And the horse collar there was used here on the farm. My husband's family used horses and mules for farming up until in the 60s here. So that is one of the collars that was used here on the farm. And the last container is sitting here on the little faux porch that's in my enclosed garden area. So we will go through here. And I haven't made a wreath yet for this gate. I need to make a wreath. They look so pretty. The wreath looks so pretty with snow on it if we get any snow. So I want to do that. But let's go in here. And all the garden is all cleaned out. I've got bulbs in these beds here. And I've got some cool flowers that are doing well. But let's walk down here. And as you can see, I don't have the heart yet to discard or put in the compost some of the last of the pumpkins and the squash and things that we did not use. You know, some of the squash I had to pick kind of early and it wasn't ready. So I just used it as a decoration. But this looks really good and kind of simple here. Again, this one has soil in it, so I do water it a little bit. And I didn't really overdo on the faux porch this year, just a simple little kind of decoration. I'm really glad you were with me while we put together these Christmas and / winter containers. You know, it makes you feel kind of good that we foraged for most of the things that we put the containers together with, and I don't know, it makes me happy. So anyway, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a good day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.